it said comparison is the biggest self-violence. And that stuck with me hard because I realized that that's what I was doing. I was comparing myself and I was putting myself down because I wasn't necessarily in that space. And so when I started applying that and just like, oh, I can't compare myself, only, stay in my lane, that helped me to kind of just separate, really starting to compare myself and think what others is doing and focus on me. What's going on, everybody? Hey, you need to catch me on FYI FLI. Man, listen, number one podcast. My name is Byron Sellers. I'm one half of the Mobile Home Elite. What I do is I not only invest in mobile homes, but I also educate and teach people how to get involved in the mobile home game, and also a success coach. So make sure you want to go ahead and tune in to FYI FLI.
What's up, my fly folks out there? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. And today we are speaking with Mr. Byron Sellers, man. How you doing, boss man?
Oh, man, I'm blessed. I can't complain at all.
Yes, sir, man. We're happy to have you here, boss.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So before we jump right into our interview, I want to ask you a few icebreaker questions. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, let's do it. So my first question is, what does financial freedom mean to you?
Financial freedom to me is really relieving your time. Time is the most important thing. And I think once you have that financial freedom, you control your time, because money, they say time is money. And that gives you the availability not to hustle as hard, or, that gives you the availability just to do things on your own terms and truly live the life that you want.
So what is the most important thing that you learned about yourself during this COVID quarantine period we're going through?
You know what? Trusting in the higher power. Don't get me wrong, my motor is incredible, but, trusting God and trusting that, he has my back, making sure I talk to him, giving thanks, is just even more blessings. And the more I bless people, the more that, I get not only blessed spiritually, but financially as well.
So what is the best piece of advice that you've ever been given?
That's a good question. The best, I would say, honestly, don't care what nobody thinks. If it's your goal, your passion, you got to do what's best for you. And I think that small piece of advice has always helped me, because, that's the biggest thing. You're always kind of worrying about what other people may think about you or your friends and family. And once, I was able to kind of rid those thoughts, it just opened up a world for me just to kind of focus on me and focus on mine.
How did you do that? How did you stop caring about everybody's opinion?
It took a lot of practice. One thing I would say is, social media definitely played a part. I remember being in my job years ago and just kind of scrolling and seeing my friends live their best life. And I'm working nights and then one thing I heard was, it said comparison is the biggest self-violence. And that stuck with me hard because I realized that that's what I was doing. I was comparing myself and I was putting myself down because I wasn't necessarily in that space. And so when I started applying that and just like, oh, I can't compare myself, only, stay in my lane, that helped me to kind of just separate, really starting to compare myself and think what others is doing and focus on me.
Okay. So I think I know the answer to this one, man. But tell us about the investment that you've made that provided the biggest ROI or return on investment.
Man, the biggest investment was in myself, man. I went through a life coaching program that cost $12,000. I didn't even have it. But that transformed me completely to really understand how important to be present it is in life, right? To just really be in the now. And that took a lot of practice. I struggled at first, but, that investment on my mindset shifted everything. And after that, everything else was just kind of, I'm not going to say it became easy, but it became more, my awareness was, just laser focused on every task that I did.
Gotcha. So can you define the term keeping up with the Joneses, and why do you think people do that?
Oh yeah, man. It's really just, I love it because your title is fly. So, a lot of people still want to stay fly. It's really that, that acceptance from other people seeing that you either on top or that you're doing well. And, that can be, that's almost a disease itself, because I mean, if you look at the way we market it now, I mean, a pair of new Jordans comes out every week, right? Something, the phone comes out every quarter. It's something new all the time. And, you know, I think what happens is it creates that lack. You start realizing I don't have this, I lack this. And, you know, that can really play a huge thing on your self-esteem. So, you know, honestly, my best advice is, you know, go at your own pace. Instead of keeping up with the Joneses, whatever your last name is, keep up with your last name.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Listen, you definitely want to be sure to download the mobile app coming soon. You don't want to miss none of the action. You want to get all the valuable information that you can get.